How long could you survive without power? It's a question worth pondering. In our modern, high-tech world, we've become so reliant on electricity that the very thought of losing it can be daunting. But let's face it, power outages are a reality that we must prepare for. They can occur from a variety of sources: a severe storm, a natural disaster, or even an infrastructure failure. When the lights go out, it's not just about losing your ability to charge your phone or watch your favorite TV show. It's about losing the ability to refrigerate food, to heat or cool your home, to access clean water. It's about your safety, your comfort, and your survival. The question isn't if a power outage will occur, but rather when it will occur and how long it will last. Power outages can strike unexpectedly, so let's explore how we can prepare and sustain ourselves during such times. The first step to surviving without power is understanding your needs. When we think about survival, we often jump straight to the big picture: food, water, shelter, and heat. But it's the details that will make the difference between merely surviving and actually thriving during a power outage. Let's delve a little deeper into these essentials. Food is a given, but what kind? Non-perishable canned goods and dry food are a good start. Remember, without power, refrigeration becomes a luxury. Balance is key. Your diet needs to provide enough energy and nutrition to keep you healthy and active. Water is not just for drinking, it's for cooking, cleaning, and hygiene too. The rule of thumb is to store at least 1 gallon per person per day, but this is a minimum. Depending on the climate, physical activity, and individual health conditions, more may be required. Shelter is more than a roof over your head. It's about maintaining a livable environment. Without power, you may need to get creative to keep your shelter warm in winter and cool in summer. Insulation, blackout curtains, or even strategically moving to different parts of your house can help. Heat, in many ways, can be a matter of life and death. From preventing hypothermia to cooking food, a reliable heat source is crucial. Wood-burning stoves, propane heaters, or even a simple campfire can be lifesavers. But let's not forget the individual needs. Does anyone in your family require specific medications? Is there an infant who needs formula, or a pet that needs special food? These are all part of your needs assessment. Understanding your needs extends to your mental well-being too. Board games, books, or a deck of cards can provide much-needed distraction and a sense of normalcy in an otherwise stressful situation. Knowing your needs is the foundation. Now let's build upon it. Once you know your needs, you can begin stockpiling supplies. A solid stockpile is a cornerstone of survival during any extended power outage. Let's delve into what you should be collecting. First and foremost, food and water. Aim for a 2-week supply of non-perishable food items. Think canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, and grains. Stay away from items that require extensive cooking or refrigeration. Remember, your microwave and fridge will be out of commission. And don't forget about your water. A good rule of thumb is 1 gallon per person per day for both drinking and sanitation. Now let's talk about lighting. Batteries and flashlights are paramount. Consider LED flashlights or headlamps, as they are more energy efficient and can last significantly longer than traditional flashlights. Stock up on a variety of battery sizes, keeping in mind the needs of your devices. First aid supplies are another essential to stockpile. Your kit should include bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, medical tape, and a digital thermometer. Don't forget personal medications and a spare pair of prescription glasses if you wear them. Hygiene products are often overlooked. Toilet paper, soap, toothpaste, and feminine hygiene products can make a power outage much more bearable. And what about tools? A multi-tool with a can opener is a must. Also, consider stocking up on duct tape, rope, and a good quality knife. Communication devices such as a hand crank or solar-powered radio can keep you informed about the situation outside your home. Don't forget about charging options for your phone like solar chargers or power banks. Lastly, remember to rotate your stock to keep your supplies fresh. Check expiration dates regularly and replace any items that are close to expiring. Don't just store your supplies and forget about them. Use them, replace them, and keep them current. With a well-stocked pantry and supplies, you're better prepared for a power outage. Being prepared isn't about expecting the worst, but rather about being ready to handle any situation with confidence and calm. So keep stockpiling, keep preparing, and remember, a little preparation now can make a big difference later. An emergency kit is your go-to resource during a power outage. It's the one-stop shop for all your essential needs when the power grid goes down. So let's dive in and discover what you should include in your emergency kit. First and foremost, food and water are your lifelines. Pack non-perishable food items that have a long shelf life and require minimal preparation. Think canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, and energy bars. Remember, you're aiming for a 3-day supply for each person in your household. Water is a non-negotiable. You'll need at least 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and sanitation. That's 3 gallons per person for our 3-day goal. Don't forget about your furry friends. They'll need food and water too. Next, let's talk about first aid. A well-stocked first aid kit can make all the difference in an emergency. It should include bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, medical tape, and a good supply of any prescription medications you or your family members take regularly. Lighting is another crucial component. Pack flashlights, extra batteries, and even some glow sticks. They're not just for parties, you know. A solar or hand crank-powered radio can also be invaluable for staying informed about the situation outside your home. Important documents should not be overlooked. Keep copies of IDs, insurance policies, medical records, and a list of important contacts in a waterproof and fireproof container. These could be crucial in a worst-case scenario. And let's not forget about tools. A multi-tool with a can opener, a knife, and other useful gadgets can be a real game-changer. Lastly, personal hygiene items like toothpaste, soap, and toilet paper will make your time without power more comfortable. And where should you keep all of these essential items? In a sturdy, easily accessible container that you can grab at a moment's notice. A backpack, for instance, is a great option because it's portable and easy to carry. An emergency kit can be a lifesaver during a power outage. With your kit stocked and ready to go, you're one step closer to being fully prepared for a power outage. So, stay prepared, stay safe, and remember, knowledge is your greatest tool in any survival situation. Without power, we need to consider alternative energy sources. In a world stripped of electricity, our reliance on alternative energy sources becomes paramount. As survivalists, we must be resourceful and innovative, harnessing the power of the sun, wind, and water, or even the energy stored in simple batteries. First off, let's talk solar. Solar power is a renewable, clean energy source that can provide electricity during daylight hours. With a good solar setup, you can charge devices, power lights, and even run small appliances. However, keep in mind that the effectiveness of solar power is subject to weather conditions and geographic location. And remember, it's vital to have a way to store that solar energy for nighttime use. That's where batteries come in. Speaking of batteries, let's not underestimate the power they hold. Battery-powered devices, from flashlights to radios, can be lifesavers in a power outage. Rechargeable batteries, coupled with a solar charger, can provide an endless cycle of power for these devices, but be mindful of the kind of batteries your devices use and stockpile accordingly. Now, generators can be a game-changer in a power outage. They can power larger appliances like refrigerators and heating systems. However, they require fuel, which may not be readily available during a prolonged outage. It's crucial to store fuel safely to prevent accidents. And remember, never use a generator indoors or in enclosed spaces due to the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Each of these alternative energy sources has its pros and cons and safety considerations. It's important to understand how to use them effectively and safely. In the end, the best strategy is to diversify your energy sources. Have a mix of solar power, battery-powered devices, and a generator if possible. This way you're not reliant on a single source and are better equipped to deal with whatever comes your way. Alternative energy sources can keep you powered up when the grid goes down. Surviving without power is not just about staying alive, but also about maintaining comfort and safety. In the absence of electricity, keeping warm or cool becomes a critical priority. Layering clothes and using thermal blankets can help retain heat during colder months. Conversely, in times of heat, it's essential to stay hydrated, seek shade, and use hand fans to generate a breeze. Maintaining hygiene is equally important. Simple practices like using hand sanitizers, wet wipes, and bucket baths can go a long way in preventing illness. Safety, of course, is paramount. Keep a well-stocked first aid kit readily accessible, and ensure you have a plan for any medical emergencies. Lighting is also crucial, so always have plenty of flashlights and batteries on hand. In the end, it's about being resourceful and adaptive, using what you have in innovative ways to ensure your comfort and safety. Remember, surviving without power is possible with preparation and a cool head. Surviving without power can be a challenging ordeal. We've journeyed through this concept together, covering the critical aspects of enduring a power outage. We've learned how to assess our needs, identifying the essentials required to survive. By stockpiling essential supplies, we can ensure that even in the darkest times our needs are met. Building an emergency kit is not just a precaution, it's a necessity. Packing it with the right tools and resources could be the difference between survival and disaster. We've also explored energy alternatives, because even without conventional power there are ways to keep the lights on. Comfort and safety should never be compromised. By taking the right steps and implementing suitable strategies, we can maintain a semblance of normalcy even in challenging circumstances. With preparation and knowledge, you can survive and even thrive without power. Stay prepared, stay safe, and remember, knowledge is power.